The Galactic Naval Academy's orientation hall buzzed with nervous energy as over 300 cadets from across the known galaxy settled into their seats. Ryan Martinez adjusted his uniform collar, scanning the diverse crowd of beings, some with crystalline features, others with multiple limbs, and a few that seemed to shimmer between dimensions. Beside him, Emma Chen flipped through her orientation packet with practiced efficiency. "Welcome, future defenders of galactic peace," announced Admiral Vextar, his forearms gesturing dramatically from the podium. The Xanthari's voice carried easily through the vast chamber. "You represent the finest specimens from civilized worlds across our great confederation." Emma raised an eyebrow at the word civilized, but remained silent, her dark eyes focused intently on the Admiral. "Before we begin your training," Admiral Vextar continued, his tone growing serious, "we must address new safety protocols. Recent studies have shown that individuals from Class 12 Deathworlds pose unacceptable risks to Academy operations and fellow cadets." A murmur rippled through the crowd. Ryan felt his stomach tighten. Effective immediately, any cadet originating from a world classified as Category 12 or higher on the Galactic Habitability Scale must withdraw from the program. These worlds, with their extreme weather, aggressive predators, and hazardous conditions, produce individuals whose enhanced capabilities create unfair advantages and potential safety hazards. The Admiral's aide, a nervous-looking Quellian with pale blue skin, stepped forward with a holographic display. "The following worlds are now restricted: Korath Prime with its acid storms and metal-eating parasites; Thessian Major, where surface temperatures routinely exceed 200 degrees Celsius; the twin moons of Xerion with their crushing gravity and toxic atmosphere." Emma's hand began to rise slowly. "Valdris 7, where the very air is flammable," the aide continued, oblivious to the human cadet's movement. "The crystalline caves of Morpheus Station, where sound waves can shatter bone. And finally," the aide paused, consulting his datapad, "Earth." The word hung in the air like a challenge. Every head in the auditorium turned as Emma's hand reached its full height. She stood slowly, her movement fluid and controlled. The simple action somehow commanded more attention than the Admiral's booming voice had moments before. "I'm from Earth," she said clearly. The silence that followed was deafening. A few cadets shifted uncomfortably in their seats. Someone in the back rows made a sound that might have been a whimper. Admiral Vextar's compound eyes widened. "Miss Chen, according to your file, surely there's been some mistake. Earth isn't classified as a true death world. The evaluation committee deemed it merely challenging." Emma remained standing, perfectly still. "Admiral, with respect, I think there's been a misunderstanding about Earth's classification." Ryan watched his friend with growing admiration. He'd known Emma since their selection for the Academy program, had trained alongside her in the preparatory courses. He'd seen her adapt to alien technology in minutes, solve tactical problems that stumped their instructors, and maintain perfect calm in crisis simulations that left other candidates paralyzed with fear. But he'd never truly understood why until now. "Our planet has weather systems that can level entire cities in hours," Emma continued, her voice carrying easily through the vast space. "We have predators that hunt in coordinated packs, others that can crush vehicles with their bare jaws. Our oceans contain creatures larger than most starships, and some of our smallest organisms can kill in seconds." The Quellian aide was frantically consulting his datapad, his blue skin growing noticeably paler. "Our gravity is 1.2 times standard galactic normal. Our sun bombards us with radiation that would sterilize most inhabited worlds. We have active geological processes that reshape continents, and weather patterns that can freeze or boil water within hours of each other." Admiral Vextar's 4 hands gripped the podium. "Miss Chen, while Earth is certainly robust, it hardly compares to worlds like Korath Prime." Emma smiled then, and somehow that expression was more unsettling than her words had been. "Admiral, on Korath Prime, the acid storms come twice a year and last for standard weeks. Inhabitants can prepare, take shelter, wait them out." She paused. "On Earth, we call those hurricane season and tornado alley. They happen annually in specific regions for predictable periods." The aide dropped his datapad. "But Admiral," Emma continued, "we also have flash floods that can appear in minutes. Earthquakes that strike without warning, volcanic eruptions that can alter global weather patterns, solar storms that can disrupt electronics, and temperature variations that can shift 40 degrees in a single day. Ryan stood up beside her. Around the auditorium, a few other cadets, he recognized the girl from the American sector and the tall boy from the African Federation, rose as well. "The difference, Admiral," Emma said softly, "isn't that our world is more dangerous than others. It's that Earth is unpredictably dangerous. Every day, everywhere, we don't have seasons of safety or regions of security. We've evolved not just to survive in extreme conditions, but to thrive in constant uncertainty." The Admiral looked around the room, noting the growing number of standing cadets. His aide was now openly staring at his data pad in horror. "Sir," the Quellian whispered, loud enough to be heard in the silence, "I'm reading 17 different classification systems for Earth in our database. The lowest rating is Category 9, the highest—" He swallowed visibly. "The highest is Category 15, with a note that the scale may be insufficient." Admiral Vextar straightened slowly, all four arms falling to his sides. When he spoke again, his voice carried new respect. "Miss Chen, Mr. Martinez, and other Earth-origin cadets, please remain after orientation. We may need to discuss modified training protocols." Emma sat down gracefully. "Of course, Admiral. We're here to learn." Ryan caught her slight smile as she added quietly, "Though we might have a few things to teach as well." The orientation continued, but the atmosphere had shifted entirely. The human cadets were no longer just another group of applicants from a distant world. They were the representatives of a planet so dangerous that the Academy's classification system couldn't properly categorize it, a world that had forged individuals, capable of remaining calm while casually describing conditions that terrified seasoned space officers. As the Admiral began discussing standard Academy training procedures, Emma made a note in her packet's margin. Day 1. Established baseline expectations. Ryan glanced over and added his own note. Academy may not be ready for Earth-normal training intensity. They exchanged a look of perfect understanding. This was going to be interesting.